Ah, greetings and welcome aboard the Grey Shrike. Welcome to ShadowStar. I see we have members of the Federation, the Klingon Defense Force, the Romulan Republic, and we have guests from the Dominion. Keep it Azuran to you all. I trust that you are well. Please, be comfortable. Replicators are at your disposal, as we discuss and I introduce you to the Terran Monitor Miracle Worker Carrier. A niche in the game, I must say. Let me shout one simple factor. Yes, carriers need a lot more support. They definitely need a secondary deflector added to them. But I guess that goes without saying. They need their pets boosted. Preferably boosted based on the build of your ship. So if your ship is augmenting with traits and consoles that boost control and phaser damage, well then the Terran shuttles should also be having both their tractor beams and their phasers boosted in damage. But that's not how it works right now, and that's a disappointment. What is not a disappointment, however, is this ship. Now technically, for the most part, people consider that may consider that I've already covered the two best ships of this entire bundle, the 13th anniversary bundle. I beg to differ. The first two are definitely the best when it comes to DPS, but they're both escort types, in as such. One raider, one destroyer. And they are absolute monsters when it comes to DPS. But I want to draw your attention in on this ship. There is a saying: a jack of all trades is a master of none, but still is better than a master of one. Well, this ship is certainly a jack of all trades. And hopefully, as we continue on, I will be able to convince you of just how good this ship is, if you do not already believe it to be a great ship. But I also want to shout out now to NeoJet, who posted out on Twitter a build for this ship that, well, almost reaches, if not had, if I'm remembering right, somewhere between 800 and 1 mil DPS. 800k to 1 mil DPS. EPG and kinetics build. I have to say, I'm not surprised. I ran an advance with this ship and got quite a nice score myself. Then again, my shield is based off of NeoJet's. It just has a few changes in consoles and traits, specifically in the areas, the ones that I do not have. If there is something I am certain about with this ship, these stats are not to be underestimated. She is a tier 6 science carrier with a level 65 hull of 57,375. Her hull modifier and shield modifier, pick up the phone because I almost called it, I'll guess it was a text then, is 1.275 for hull and 1.4 for shields, with a turn rate of 8, an impulse modifier of 0.15, and an inertia rating of 35. When bonus powers are +5 to weapons and engines and +10 to shields and auxiliary, 3 forward and 3 aft weapon slots, able to equip dual cannons, 3 device slots, 2 hangar bays. Being a full miracle worker, she has innovation effects, cylindrical quantum slipstream drive available for her science abilities, The Terran Valkyrie Federation fighters, which look like normal Federation Valkyries. That's a bit weird. Carrier command subsystem targeting. Console slots are 4 tactical, 2 engineering, 5 science and 1 universal. X upgrade this ship to get the true peak potential out of her. Her bridge officers are an ensign engineering, lieutenant science, lieutenant commander universal with temporal specialization, lieutenant commander tactical, and commander science with miracle worker specialization. If you didn't already notice it, then I am disappointed. This ship is very balanced in its abilities. Heavily focused on science, but it's a science ship. But the abilities are very balanced. The Admiralty stats almost sing exactly into this, before X upgrading at least. Because the Admiralty stats are 59 science, 33 tactical, and 25 engineering. Which I would say perfectly summarise this ship's capabilities in each. How do I mean? Well, let's start with her science capability, shall we? This science ship, as a science ship, I'm going to give her 9.5 out of 10. And the only thing stopping her from getting 10 is that she is not a full science ship. She has no secondary deflector, and this impacts the overall science capability of the ship by a lot. I know it sounds like making a big deal out of one piece of equipment is making too big of a drama out of it, but the secondary deflector is essentially the secret weapon of any science ship that is utilizing a science build. Well, I should say EPG build. However, what it lacks in absolute peak science DPS capabilities, it makes up for in its complete overwhelming support capabilities. It is one of the best support vessels you can fly, easily beating out the other support carriers that we already have in this game by a long way, in my personal opinion. That has to say something. Please tell me that says something about her. To go further though, let's talk her tankiness. Engineering is her weakness. So with me saying 1.2 initially in that hull modifier, you'd also think, well, she's not much of a hull tank and shields don't hold up very well. I beg to differ in this ship's case. 1.275 is not terrible when it comes to hull tanking. Sure, there are better choices, but don't underestimate. Thanks to X upgrading and having 2 universal console slots, you can push her engineering consoles up to 4. Combine this with the ship's, well, brilliant shields and complete flexibility for a certain type of hull tanking. This ship could become one of the toughest tanks you have. Her ability to hull tank is average. But her regenerative hull tank is far above average. Her shield tanking capabilities, for those that know how to shield tank, is absolutely amazing. Only being knocked out by a couple of other science ships, and they are specialized science ships that do so. And then to top it all off, if you want to go and hybrid tank, well, I'm willing to bet this ship will be close to unkillable. Ouch. I am really happy with that. It's just a pity about a certain other shield tanking carrier that I can think of that used to be holding the peak of tanking capabilities for carriers. I think this ship just stole its crown. if I'm completely honest. So, tanking score that I give this ship. I'm going to give it 7 out of 10. I can't not. However, the mid-range one, DPS. Here we go. DPS, I kind of included side DPS in with the science stuff, but let's also focus on it here. There are 3 major types of DPS build. Your side DPS, your energy DPS, tactical DPS, and your kinetic tactical DPS. So I'm not going to call her one of the absolute go-to for kinetic. Far from it. I would say she sits kind of mediocre there. Energy DPS, if you wish to focus towards it, she has a lot of potential in. If you know what you're doing, at least, you'll find that her energy DPS capabilities are quite high. But far from your escorts. That's to be expected, right? Let's play nice. Again, science DPS is absolutely amazing, allowing this ship to devastate in that field. This results in me giving her a DPS score of 7.5. I would score her DPSing higher, but this is what would have been required to achieve it. Give her a 4-2 layout with weapons and increase her turn rate. If that had been done, she'd have been an 8, maybe a 9. Because let's not forget, we can push her tactical consoles up to 6. And those 2 Lieutenant Commander seats do come in handy with tactical DPS. Hell, the Miracle Worker would come in handy. So let's think. Where would you rate this ship right now? I'm scoring her highly. Just a shame about those pets, right? Yeah, Shrike. I'm just going to point it out now. Good thing we can't really see these all the time. But they don't look Terran to me, unless it's the yellow. But then why don't they have Terran markings on them? So disappointed. Okay, away from this. We got other things to look at. Ah, so you show your true form. A pleasure. Look, I've got to say, I am a lover of the Galaxy class. I love that ship. I love its variants. But I've always questioned why that was not a common thing. You know, a hangar attached to the ship with a complement of rescue vessels, I would have said. Why do I say this? Because that is the duty of this ship. And you know what I really hope for? When you come in here, you look at the stats and you see that it remembers its duty. Tachyon Piercer, the trait. Tachyon beam change and deals damage and strips buffs. Well, that's kind of in the opposite direction, isn't it? Very Terran of it. The Tachyon beam chains to nearby foes. Each pulse, the main beam and chain will deal an additional 1,185.7 radiation damage with 100% shield penetration. I'm going to be honest with you guys, that can be quite a good trait, just on that radiation damage alone, for those that specialise in the radiation damage output. And the main beam will remove one buff from the primary target and whoever it's chained to. So it's quite a nice trait. I actually approve of it. It's not anything groundbreaking, but it's useful to anyone who is specializing in EPG radiation damage. It's useful. Would I give it a full 10 out of 10? No. Would I give it less than 5 out of 10? No. I'm going to give it 5 out of 10 because it's got a very mid-range. Everyone could utilize it, but it's taking up that slot where it's more of a throw-in trait than it is anything else. So early stages, maybe late game for certain builds, but not super. You may notice here in the build of this ship though, I am also utilizing the Hydra console. The reason I'm utilizing the console of the Hydra here is because this is a carrier and that's what that console works with best. So have fun with that. But the console you get with this ship is the automated heavy Terran emitters. I nearly did it. I nearly said it. God damn it. 1701, you have infected me here with it. Passive abilities of this console is 28.5 or plus 28.5% Terran damage and Starship drain expertise to improve energy and shield drains. To make this build a bit more efficient though, I would be taking this console off. It's a nice console, but I'm going to be honest with you, it's not one I would overly utilize. It's good if you are focusing in on a support build, Terran damage, drain type. Funny enough, when you're doing drain builds, Terran tends to actually be one of the better energy choices to pick. But here's the thing I want to semblance on here. It's so restricted in its use that I can't rank this very highly. I would never use this as an EPG console. If you're on an EPG build, you wouldn't be using it in that situation. The active ability of this is an automated heavy Terran emitters, an AoE Terran and shield drain that chains to others. Love chaining abilities, so keep that in mind. The fact that I love chaining abilities, yet I'm not ranking this too highly, should be saying something. To each 2 seconds for 20 seconds, so every other second for 20 seconds, to 2 random foes, it will deal just over 5,000 Terran damage with an additional 1,551.9 shield drain. Terran damage boosting will improve the damage of this console, I have noted, so that's something nice. If the foe's nearest shield is 10% or lower, it will also chain to an additional random foe nearby and apply plus 10% increased Terran damage to yourself. So if you're using Terran weapons, it will boost your Terran damage. Nice. And that lasts for 30 seconds and will stack up to 50% boost. So 30 seconds, doesn't reset the timer per stack, and well, can be triggered up to 5 times. It's nice. Nice. But yeah, only for drain builds. As a result, sorry console, your super niche hit is getting you a 3 out of 10. However, if you are a drain build, I would give it a 7 out of 10. Probably better consoles that you could use, but it is a good choice of one. If you're looking to fill up the ship at least. away from this, let me just quickly ping up the Valkyries. I'm going to look at the advanced Valkyrie here. This is the pets that I got from a previous ship. Pulse phaser cannons, pulse torpedoes, high yield and torpedo spread 1 on normal, 2 on the advanced, 3 on the elite. And if you're wondering if they are definitely the same, there you go. They are the Terran Valkyries. And they, yeah, they're good hangar pets. They're just not what I would call the best to pick. They have their uses in the right situation. I really want to love this ship. I really do love this ship. So stop giving me random negatives. Average trait, negative console except for one situation, and the pets, well, you don't really get to see them up close, so I can't be negative about that. But it's annoying. It is really annoying in my opinion. So I guess the only way to fix this is, let's have a quick look at the customization on this ship. Very quick look. And I'll take her into action, so that you guys can see just how fun she can be. Hello, Farragut. You just have to love to look at a nebula. Right? I know there are people that disagree with me, but you have to. And if you don't love it, what is wrong with you? So, should you acquire this ship, and I guess I'll take now to say it because I've completely forgot to say it already. If you acquire just the ship instead of the bundle, then you'll gain access to... Hello. The monitor, and I'm pretty sure that's it. Though, of course, even if you don't have any of the other ships, you should still gain access to the Farragut, the Nebula, and the Magellan. To gain access to the Sutherland appearance, I believe you either... well, you have to in some way have the Sutherland aesthetic for the Galaxy class. Wait, is it Sutherland? No, Venture, sorry. To gain access to the Venture aesthetic, you have to somehow have the Venture class, Galaxy class, tier 3 ship. Or you can have its aesthetic look from the Legendary Galaxy. And I think the Cygnus gave you it too. But I'm not 100% on that one. The Sutherland is an older tier 6 look. If you wanted that, you would have to again have that ship. And you know how it goes. However, you buy this in the bundle, well, you'll gain access to the standard 3 looks. But you'll also gain access to the Mirror Nebula, which pretty sure that's not how the saucer was on the actual Nebula, so I'm pretty sure the Nebula was actually just a Galaxy class saucer. But okay, we're seeing this and I'll just live with it. Maybe this is the variant that was the one that was sent out as a lifeboat to pick up derelict saucers. The monitor will also give you, the mirror monitor will then also give you the main monitor. That one comes from the bundle as well. And you should also gain access to the Mirror Sutherland. Which I'm not going to lie, as I look at this, I'm starting to think if I was going to use the monitor, I would still hit them in the bash. Probably not change the pylon here, but I would change the hull and just go, hey, give me the Sutherland. Yeah, just look at that. That looks way better. I definitely would end up doing that. Oh, wow. Pylon. Weird pylon connection point. Is that... Oh. Oh, okay. Random things to notice. That would be interesting to notice when I do the visual review, right? Okay. Solid. Let's take this ship into action, shall we? I'll see you there in just a second. So let's do this, shall we? The only real problem I'm going to have, that you will find out very quickly, is there seems to be, there it is, bit of a bug alert. If I'm not careful, it's going to constantly keep me in red alert condition. Hopefully this doesn't happen, because otherwise I might lose my track with it, and yeah, that's never a good thing. Anyway, let's do this. Nice to know I'm just gonna have to wander over here because I can't get a full impulse. All I did was launch a couple of mines. Do I have to wait for you to despawn? Oh, shut up. I'm in a bad mood now. Die, all of you. You're just going to vanish. I'm not going to overload kill on you guys. Come around to you guys and you can have that lot. Yeah. Goodbye. Oh, goodbye. Let's see how many I can wipe out in a second. Oh, I've overkilled it. Hello there. Right. Next up, gotta wait. Gotta wait and wait and wait and wait. Oh God, glory, wait. Please don't stay stuck like this for too long. You're not. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say you're not letting me even go to full impulse right now. Okay. Kill them all! Kill them all with fire. Just unleash waves of hell. They're not going to last 2 seconds later. Right, okay. Love it. The dark matter anomaly just looks stupid in my opinion, but okay. I get it. Now that I've seen the show, I get it. I just still think it looks stupid. Let me fly around a little bit. Oh, this is happening way quicker right now than it would do normally. That's a nice change. Come here. Get on my tractor beam, you boy. Come here. Come here. I'm about to kill all your friends over here. How are you now? Let's see how many people we can wipe out in 1 second. Yank! Go to town. Let's have some fun. Once it's fired that off. Hurry up. There we go. Yes. Set them all off. Click them all to go. I'm having fun with this. Whoop-de-daisy. Oh, I don't mean to be moving forwards. I was not trying to move forwards. Yep, okay. Whoop. We've got a couple of headaches going on right now. It's probably one of those ones where taking up the old position is still an advisable move. All my pets are just going crazy, don't mind them. Yes, yes, go crazy. If this is what you want to do, then this is what you do. Holy moly, have some fun. Go on, get all the triggers to go off. Why not? Come on, we're having all of our fun today. This is just too much fun. I'm just erasing them again. Oh, that time the graviton torpedoes went off. Don't mind them. They're just having a bit of fun here. Yeah, would you guys like to come straight at me? It's, okay, I'll just sit in front of you. Yeah, I won't even try to flank you. I'm just going to sit in front of you and go, hi. That's how much enjoyment I'm getting out of this. Are we all okay here? Oh, yeah, it's all done. Bye. Oh, goodbye. Oh, goodbye. Goodbye. I would go off now and try to find somewhere else to sit to review the ship, and we'll have a little bit of look in other sections. But point in front, we've seen what the real poignant pieces of this ship. So here's the final thoughts, and let me be really clear cut. Honestly, don't underestimate her. She is an amazing ship for every player to try, and if you're looking for a ship to sort of get used to any element of play, she's probably a good ship for the job. She'd be a little bit difficult for DPSers, but certainly you can utilize her as a tank to start to understand how tanks work. She'll give you a basic rundown of what to think about when you're starting to build DPS ships, because she has the right elements to guide you in what you need to think about for a DPS before you pick up a DPS vessel and actually focus in on the real meat and gritty of what makes DPS ships powerful. And for anyone who is looking to get into science ships, you're looking for your first science ship just to teach you the basics but also perform really well as a science vessel, this is the perfect ship for the job. This ship will give you all the basics, and then you can start to learn the more advanced stuff as you move on to maybe the next ship. May I advise the Vesta? Why is that the one I always advise? Oh, it's not a good choice. Oh, it is a good choice, but the Nebula is a good choice. The Sutherland is a good choice, should I say. So is the Oberth. Why am I thinking of other ships that make better options than this? One simple thing I do feel like I need to say. Hello there, USS Carter. You're a good choice of science ship to get used to as well. Really good one, actually. Great trade come with you. I've been using your console. Sorry, great console comes with that ship, and I've been using it here. No, let me focus down. Here's the thing you need to note. This ship has the basic science, but be wary that if you are someone who really wants to get into the high end of science EPG, this ship won't be able to take you fully there. If you are looking to get into carriers, and this is the prominent bit I want to focus on, if you're looking to get into carriers and you want your first carrier, look nowhere else. Personally, in game right now, if I was to go through every Zen store carrier, this is your best choice. The only alternative is if you are going for the DPS route carrier, in which case you're looking for a certain other type. I can think of a few there as well. The Orion Blackguard makes for a good choice. There is a Zen Store ship, but it's a legendary, and it's part of a super expensive bundle, so I hesitate to advise it. But yeah, you know what to look for now. Thank you to people credited on screen for the generosity and support that you've given, as this video would not be possible without that generosity. And can I also say a massive thank you to all of you for watching to the very end of this video. I hope that I'll see you all next time. I hope that I'll be able to read plenty of comments from you guys below, because I'd love to hear your feedback on what you think of this starship. Did you underestimate her? Do you feel like I'm overhyping her capabilities? Is she one of your favorites? Let me know. And until next time, live long and prosper, my friends. Still a condition red.